Right, I'm on the next part of my journey round. I've just seen a scrapped tractor of some kind, don't know what. Looks like an archaeological dig. Let's have a look closer. Fordson. And tell by the engine block, so that's a flathead. Okay. Little reminder where I'm going to be at the end of the month. I'm going to get there no matter what. So now we're going to go round to see more steam engines. One of the fairground rides started up. Bit dusty. Yeah, so that's a Coppard of Jarvis Brook, steam ploughing, dredging and mould draining. Mould draining? But yeah, this is a Fowler. This is a Fowler steam engine. Yeah, that's the best view of it. Yeah, so this is a Fowler steam engine made in Leeds by the name of Ruth. So if we go round, he's one of the steam guys. This looks to be a this is the back end of both I think it's an Invicta steamroller and some other steam engines. So I'm going to go around the front of these. This one's by the name of Ebenezer. This makes me a bit. So this is called an Invicta. Yeah, I got that. That's an Invicta. I wonder where they made these. I'll have to find out one day. But these are all parked up. So I'm going to have to go to the Steam games later.
It come out when I pulled it out the ignition or something.
This one's a... I don't know what these ones are. I'm going to have to go take a look. I think this might be another Invicta. No, it's a Fowler. But the one next to it's the other one's an Invicta. This one's a Fowler. So if we just... Yeah, this one's an Invicta, I thought it was. This one's the... And this one's a Fowler. Looks Spenborough Urban District Council 1923. Where the heck is Spenborough? Looks to be one of these... Yeah, so this is a Fowler. Can't get the best view of it at the moment. Try not to. There it is.
They don't need to have a week of
Right, we're going to move around to see some more steam engines. There's a miniature Foden. There's another. We just go up here. This one's a Burrell. Yeah, so that's a Burrell steam engine. What's this one? I don't know what this one is. Doesn't seem to strike me as one that I know of. I think this is a Marshall and Sons. My phone's all covered in dust. So that's the worst thing ever. But I'm going to be seeing these later on, hopefully. So I'll probably... I don't know why they can't reverse them into a space. But this is another John Fowler. So this is a John Fowler. Just got a view in. So that was a John Fowler and Co. Leeds Limited. We go around. It mentions there's a steam rally down the way, so obviously I'll be making attempts to go to it. If I don't, I don't. But here's another Invicta. Really must find out where they were made. Must be a there's the back end of it anyway. There's a ow. Oh, so not to get. Oh my life. Well, if we move round here, you wouldn't want to get in the way of one of those, but this, by the looks of things, is says it's an Advance on the side, so I think that's a Wallace Stevens. If we go around, we see another Wallace Stevens. I think these are Wallace Stevens. Both of these. And to my right, so the one on the left, Wallace Stevens, in the sort of brownie colour, put that down as more of a chocolate colour, is called Lucy, and it was used by Pontypridd Council or Urban District. I'm just about to read it from there. Actually, how do you pronounce Pontypridd? Is it Pontypridd? Don't know. I don't speak Welsh. Still struggle with English sometimes, but if we go up here, we can now see a that looks to be another Invicta. Yeah, that's another Invicta. Right, I'm gonna try and get an angle on this one. Oh, sorry, I just
mate.
Ready? Mustn't get in the way of people trying to fix something. It's generally polite to let people continue doing their chores. And getting these things started in the morning could be a bit of a chore, but there's a another Invicta called Royalty. Royal letters, but according to this thing here, it's Aveling and Porter Limited, Rochester, Kent. So Invictas will probably yeah, Rochester. I've heard of there. Don't think I visited Rochester. I think I did actually. Applied for a job there. Wish I hadn't. So right, we're going to go up here. Oh, look at the size of this. This is absolute behemoth. So we're going to try and get an angle on this. It's John Fowler. There's about a ton of coal in the way. Sorry about that. But the Fowlers would have been made in Leeds, I think. And then the Invictas, which are Aveling company, I think, they would have been made in Rochester. Yeah, I'm learning a new thing every day over here. Aveling and Porter. So this would be another Invicta. They've branded these as Invictas. Learn a new thing every day. So we'll just go up here. We're going to try and get it's another one of these. So this is another Invicta called Dumpy. Yeah, so they were interesting things. Now, if we just so there's another Invicta, Aveling and Porter. So the Aveling and Porter made the Invictas of various sorts, like the steamrollers and steam engines and other steam related sort of working things. There's another, I don't know what that is. It says Kathleen on the side of it. So if we go a bit closer, I think we can find out what it is. It's a Wallace and Stevens, that one. Basingstoke. How close is Basingstoke to Southampton, I wonder? Never know. I expect I'll see a load of them down at Netley Marsh, I suppose. Because if Basingstoke's quite close to Southampton, so wouldn't surprise me if I see a load of Wallace Stevensons. There's another Aveling and Porter, Rochester, in other words, an Invicta. See, symbol for Kent essentially is like a prancing horse. There we are. That's the Kent I want to know about, not the, oh, I don't like what you're doing. There we are, look at that. If we go to my right, there's, oh, why is it called Nightmare? That's weird. So that's the best I can do with this one. I don't know what it is. It's called Nightmare, which is, well, it's a nightmare to get started in the morning, I suppose. So if we just get past this, another ton of coal, see if I can get a better view of this Burrell steam traction engine. That's what they essentially are. No, I don't think I'm going to get that much good view actually. There's a couple of let's get back to the steam engines. Let's go up here. Now, I can't really get a go over here. Another Aveling Barford, Grantham. Aveling Barford. But it has the Invicta symbol on the front of it, so weird. There's a Marshall traction engine.
Good job. I can't do a wheel and it's awful.
Right, they're going to see this old diesel rig go along the railway. Motor rail. Never really heard of them, but back to the steam engines. That says it's a Foden's by Royal Letters Patent. So that's the best view we're going to get of that one. You see, they used to have these caravans behind them because they could be on the job and they could be on the job for quite a while. So you might as well have a way of snoozing between fixing things like the roads and that. That looks like a Morris Minor, but the 1930s one, not the Alickissigonis one, which you see a load of. There's a Fordson, is that a Type N? think that might be a Type N. You see all, there's a Fordson Major, and I'm going to go identify this one because I'm feeling slightly clueless about this one. Looks like a Ferguson. Is it a Ferguson? Yeah, it says it's a Ferguson, so it's probably a TEF20, or is it a 35? No one knows because it looks as though it's had hard use over the years, or it's just the sea air's got to it. Happens around here a lot. Things go rusty for the sake of it. Sea air does make things rusty, even though sea air is good for people. Right, we got silver birch tree in the way. Wouldn't have it any other way, so this will probably be the best view of a Fowler. It's got a Royal Letters patent. It's got a couple of hours and a thing on it. You see how you notice here though, people do take great pride in these. I think they even did that back in the day. Life was hard, but you still took pride in what you did and how you dressed like. That's why you saw poor people dressed up really smart. Essentially, they took control of their situation a bit like that. And this is how they would have took control of the situation like this as well. They would keep keep traction engines polished up like this. See the amount of pride that the people take in that. So yeah, this is what pride in your job and pride in what you like doing looks like. Plus the fact there was a lot of brass work, so it's just easier to clean than say car-based plastic. So there's a barrel to this side, so I'm going to go around the other side. I'm going to try and get a... Oh cool, miniature steam engine. Which miniature is that though? I have to find out. I'll have a look. Lord Roberts. Lord have mercy on us. Right, I'm going to go... Try not to impinge too much, but... That is another Burrell. Lord Roberts. Heavy horse. Look at the... How many horsepower would you think that have, though? One day I'd like to find that out. So when they dynoed these, can't stick them on a dyno, so you don't know how much power they're actually going to do. So if we go around here, we see a Barnes. Another Invicta. So the Barnes Brothers, Southwick, Trowbridge, Wiltshire. So that was the contractor, but it says it's an Invicta, so it's probably an Aveling and Porter or something else. I know, Aveling. If we go around here, we see another Sentinel. I think I saw one of these earlier. It might be a JG. So this is a Sentinel. For a steam engine, they're pretty quick. They are pretty fast. I'm gonna, yep, that's an Aveling and Porter. There's a Sentinel. So that's probably a, is it a Jupiter or I think you get the J something 6 and then you got the Jupiter. There's probably a Sentinel's a biblical thing, like standing guard. If we go around here, we see another. Well, I'm going to try and get a front view. Right, so this says it's an Invicta on the front, so it's an Aveling and Porter. But the name Edison strikes me as interesting. How common a surname is Edison? So I heard of the bloke that invented the light bulb and played about with electricity. got good at it. And it's an Edison Steam Rolling Company, Dorchester. Now that's Dorchester. That's I think that's Dorset. Might be even be the county town of Dorset. I don't know. I don't know much about Dorset. I'm afraid. I'll have to go and visit there and find out more. Oh, coal haulage. What the? That looks. I think that might be an AEC. Is it? Is it an AEC or a wildlife garden? We do not know. I think there must be some clues. Let's go look for some clues. Yeah, there looks to be where the radiator is. You might not see it too well. Where the radiator. I'm not going to get in too close. These thorns look iffy. But in amongst the radiator, you see like a triangular sort of symbol. That would be AEC. That could have been an evolution of the Matador, but what it seems to have done is devolved into someone's wildlife garden. So maybe someone ought to. How much would it be to restore something like that from this, or is it essentially beyond repair? I'm not sure about this. There's bits of this look like a scrapyard. Cool, this actually looks pretty cool. Scrapyards are cool, but yeah, that is brilliant. But if we go to the other side, we see an old Austin. That's probably a 12.4, I suppose. It's a big one anyway. Oh.
I've never seen one before.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise there was a car behind me. That looks like another old Austin, just arrived. That's the thing with classic cars, you know you're going to end up late at some point to a show. Because half the fun of it is, will it get there? So there's a McCormick International B250 diesel. Chances are I probably went past any steam engines, but to be honest with you, steam engines have a charm of their own. That looks like, what the heck is this? Someone's definitely non-standard exhaust on there. Looks like a Thames 1012. Yeah. Let's have a look at it. That's a Sunbeam. Right, so let's go. Oh, someone's just pointed something out. That's good of them. And that's an M. What sort is this? I'm not going to get a good view of this, are we? Look at that. That is brilliant. This is pretty brilliant as well. It says, it's got bits on it that says Rover. And it's Sunbeam, I think. So right, we're going to go into this shed now. Check out the shed. That's the sort of shed I want. Be able to work on cars in it, can't you? Oh, it's that rig from the Battle of Burwash. It's a Greaves.
I don't know. Looks nicer without it. Just be low bumper. Yeah. Yeah, she's quite young, isn't she? Really?
Honda. There's a BSA. Right, we're going to wait for people to move along. There's a couple of Couple of General Post Office motorbikes here. I'm gonna move along. There's like a Roadster tricycle. Roy Charles Penny Farthing. Yeah. Couple of runabouts, a moped, bike on a frame, Triumph and a BSA side by side, BSA Bantam, Honda CG125. But I saw this one last week. I saw that last week. I'm just gonna and people. And that's an incredibly Ickle steam engine. Right, so if we're going down the bottom of the hill, I'm going to start. I want to go this way, because then overtake some people. Right, what's this? We now get some classic cars. That's what I usually go to shows for. That looks like a Morris 8. Next to it is a MGB GT Coupe, and I'm going to cop a copyright. Here's a Triumph Stag, 1975 model. Right, we're going to go around here. Oh, that's an Austin 7. Austin 7. Triumph Herald. Another Morris. Oh, two more Morris Minors. One's a Traveller, or the Woody. One's a drop top. One's 1963. This one's before 1963, according to the plate. We go along here. We see a Morris Ford. It's a Ford 8. So a side valve. It's a 7Y. I might have got it wrong with that. Ah, wait a minute. That one at the end wasn't a Morris 8. That's a Ford Model Y 8. So we're in amongst the side valve owners club here. We move along. There's another Ford. Probably another Model Y, I suppose. That's this is a E. I'm having to read signs here because I can never memorise these things. E04A Anglia side valve. So I bet people have hot rodded these. That's probably why they wear as rocking horse paper. But yeah, this is a Ford Anglia. But here's another Anglia slightly later. Another side valve number. I sometimes move the camera awkwardly so I can try and get a photograph out of it later. There's a Jag. Actually, I'm going to take another view of this Anglia. Right, if we move along now, we can see another Morris Minor drop top. And now we've got to go up the hill because some of the cars are around the wrong way. This is how there's a picnic set up from about 1958. Well, be 1966 actually. Because by that point you can afford a lunch bag. But there's a Wolseley, 14 horsepower. Expect it must have had more than that, but they used to tax horsepower, but they couldn't find a scientific way of doing it, so they just stuck a number on it, say, oh, it looks like it does 2, or it looks like it does 5, we'll tax it accordingly. They never did like us driving, but that does look a lot like a luxury car. Looks nice actually, looks really brilliant. I wouldn't say no to one.